Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Billy Alexander, and I'm coming to you with a special message for this evening. Everybody here inside of Pinfall Wrestling Association, staff, owners, roster members, the men and women and everything else, would like to publicly put an apology out there for all the fans who were at the attendance of the Sliders after game festivities of Take Me Out to the Brawl Game 3 on July 9th. We also want to let everybody out there know who was there in attendance that was not part of Take Me Out to the Brawl Game show, nor has it ever been a part of any of PWA shows, period. We do not go into the stands and fight with patrons. That is not what we do. We are a family-friendly company, and we always will be. We want every man, woman, and child of all ages alike to always come and feel free that they are safe no matter where they're at inside of a venue when they're watching a PWA event. That night, what had happened was two patrons and a crowd got unruly, children were being hurt, and we took it upon ourselves to make sure that no other child was injured at that point. There were some people that had to be removed from the venue at that time. We still continued the show, and the main event did go on. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody out there understood that that is not part of PWA in any which way whatsoever. Okay? So that you understand that when you come to a PWA show, that you don't have to worry about some crazy person or some intoxicated person or just anybody in general picking a fight with anybody for any reason. We do not stand for any of that, and we do not stand for any child to be injured at any one of our shows. So again, we publicly here at PWA, owners, staff members, roster members, everybody involved in Pinfall Wrestling Association, want to let all of you fans know that we're there, that we are deeply sorry for what had happened, and we do hope and invite you to come out to the next PWA shows, Lanphier High School in September. We will not stand for any of that type of thing to ever happen at one of our shows again. Again, my name is Billy Alexander, and we'll see you very soon.
Welcome to this edition of Turnbuckle TV. I am the Commentator, Crimefighter, substituting again. Last time around, I'm substituting for Billy Alexander, but now I'm substituting for, I guess, the now self-installed President Archie. And I'm guessing I've been permanently made the host of this program, whether I wanted to be one or not.
What are you talking about, a substitution?
Substitution? Well, I'm sitting in for somebody. I haven't
it's
been
not
a regular host of the show.
It's not a substitution, Crimefighter. It's cowardless.
Cowardless?
Cowardless.
All right. Well, we had a couple of shows over the summer months, June and July. Let's start off with the June events. The heat is on at the Decatur Macon County Fair.
Yep.
We went out there in the hot 90-degree, dry heat, dusty, hot sun.
The heat is on!
Yeah, definitely. And we had 5 matches that went down at that event, and recap these all for us here.
Well, we started off, we had Brian Ely come out, and he had a physical one-on-one competitional match with Zero Hype Guy Smith. Now, you all know how Zero Hype Guy Smith is. You know how Brian Ely is. Those guys went toe-to-toe right down the line. Now, from what I understand, your favorite person won that match.
Guy Smith?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was my favorite person.
That's what you told me before.
When?
A couple of interviews ago. You talk highly about Zero Hype Guy Smith all the time.
Well, he's the head trainer of the Pinfall Wrestling Academy.
That's true.
Is he my total favorite? I haven't played favorites
Do
too
I need
much.
to pull up the interview and recap that?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, we'll do that. You had the PWA Tag Team Champions, the Hot Boys, out there taking on the new crop, Jake Lander and Roscoe. Apparently, Jake Lander and Roscoe were able to mend the fence a little.
I don't know if it's mend the fences. The question was, where did Jake Lander stand? But it turned out it's Roscoe stands with Jake Lander. He went where Jake Lander was to go after the tag team titles.
Oh, so you're saying that Jake Lander was the leader and Roscoe followed like a puppy?
I don't know. I doubt that. I think Roscoe wanted to stick with Jake Lander because they got tag titles on the line. Change in attitude for Roscoe? We'll have to see. And I did talk to him earlier, and that interview will be played sometime in the near future.
Unfortunately, the new crop did not win the PWA Tag Team titles.
And I don't understand what Roscoe has against Decatur. And apparently he hated Party in the USA for entrance fees.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I give props to the sound guy, and the sound guy don't get props all that often, so he's going to get props for that one.
He was complaining about the smell of the city. Well, there's the AMD plant, and it smells like ethanol all the time.
Well, I mean, that's what
burning
happens.
corn.
Right. So then you had the All-American Brent Dunn stepped in the ring once again with Joey Grudge.
Brent Dunn has, I guess, been having trouble getting the streak put together. It's been a mixed record for him. Right now, he's still trying to climb out of a deficit in his win-loss record.
Well, I saw cheating by Joey Grudge.
This time around? Because last time around, it was a low blow. This time around, it looked like Grudge just flat out beat Brent Dunn, to my surprise.
Then you had the big tag team match. The big, I mean big, 6'7", 475 pounds, Mississippi Madman and his partner Casey, the money-making Jam Boys taking on those freaks from the farthest corner of the funhouse.
Hannah and Cardini, and we're going to talk a little more at length about the Carnival in a moment because something's changed with them.
Have you had the pleasure yet to do any interviews whatsoever with Hannah?
Not lately.
Don't do it, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. He's got a purple minion, it's about this big.
I have not seen the minion in months.
It bites. I've got March still on my ankle, Crimefighter. I don't like...
Tell you the truth, I'm willing to interview anybody.
That's good.
I'm not worried, I'm not afraid of Hannah. I know him well enough. He knows me well enough.
Go watch the interviews I had to deal with Hannah. I'm telling you right now, don't put yourself in that position.
Well, he already caused me to stumble over a flight of stairs.
That's just the beginning. How about the PWA Regional Heavyweight Champion?
I'm not quite off that tag. Maymaker and Jam Boys did win. The Carnival, since they won the match at Grand Wrestling Spectacle, they seem to have lost all their momentum. They lost this match I asked Madman, can you believe these are the guys that cost you 2 heavyweight title defenses, considering how easily you crushed them. We'll get into the Slayers game because they were in another tag match, and that's going to add to this conversation a little bit. But the heavyweight title match, Derek Moss accepted a challenge from the whiny Micah Pope, who claims he's not getting his opportunities. Well, he's not winning his matches, and that's why he's not getting the opportunities. But since he goaded Derek Moss into giving him a title shot, okay, you got your title shot. What did you do with it? You lost.
I don't understand where Michael Pope gets off coming out here demanding a title match. He's a tag team wrestler. He's not a singles wrestler. So where's he
they're half and half.
The champ?
Well, they're half and half. I mean, Hot Boys have not defended their tag titles against AEOUEIEIO yet. I don't know when that's going to happen.
I don't know. That's up to the powers that be in PWA. That's not our job.
Well, there's 3 events coming up in September, which we'll get to a little later. Maybe the self-installed president of PWA will put those 2 teams together because they really didn't have much of a match at the Togo State Memorial Tournament. But moving on, are we done with the Macon County Fair thing?
Yeah.
All right, to the Sliders game
Yeah.
in Springfield, Illinois.
First place Springfield Sliders.
Much better weather in mid-July.
It was great
Much
weather.
cooler.
Great weather.
Very comfortable weather. And you interviewed wrestlers up in the grandstand, and
I was
fights in the grandstand.
I was on social media all day long. All day long. I interviewed the PR person for the Springfield Sliders. I've interviewed the owner himself, Todd Miller. I did interviews with the champ, Derek Moss. I did interviews with Harley. I mean, I was all over that.
Bradley Stevens decided to pick a fight with the Sliders mascot in the stands.
Which it wasn't Speedy.
No, it was Roscoe.
That's right. And look what happened to Bradley Stevens. He got put on his butt.
Oh, but who got the last laugh? We'll get to that in a second. The other incident was Bishop picking yet another fight with Brent Dunn, and once again, Bishop.
I don't get where he comes from. I really
And
don't.
who walks around the baseball stadium staring at a mirror?
Apparently Bishop does.
It's like I was waiting for him to crash into a wall because he wasn't seeing where he was going.
I was told that was President Archie's mirror.
Whatever. Getting to the matches of that night, well, Bradley Stevens did have the last laugh. He pinned Roscoe with both feet on the ropes.
I saw that. You saw that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Let's hope the referee gets to see it in the video package when it's sent to the main offices, but it's probably going to fall on deaf ears because we have President Archie up there.
And looky here. The DVD for The Heat Is On and Take Me Out to the Brawl game is done. I put it together in 2 days.
Right here.
So this thing is now available. Other DVDs to follow once I get a good block of time and to edit multiple camera shots. This was just my camera shooting, so this one was done very fast.
That's why you're the mad conservative grandfather.
Also, from there, tag team match. Harley came out with the Real Speedy. And Carnival didn't even let Harley even get a sentence out before they decided to just jump in the ring and get in their face.
The carnival is slowly growing into something that's going to cause so much chaos in PWA, and I don't know if people are aware of that.
Well, the only thing that's growing is the number of losses. As I mentioned earlier, they're losing momentum. They've lost both their matches over the summer months. Whatever they got out of the Grand Nursing Spectacle, all that momentum is gone. They're sliding. What happened?
I don't know. They seem to have lost not just their momentum, they've lost members. There's certain people missing from that carnival. And maybe that's what it is. They're not a cohesive unit right now.
Well, we did know Ian McManus suffered a bone breakage sometime.
I talked to Ian McManus last week. Ian McManus had successful surgery to repair the broken bone. He had to have some pins and plates put in to reconstruct what was wrong. His timetable right now is looking anywhere from 6 to 8 months with physical therapy and healing. Ian McManus has told me personally in that interview that he will be back in ring training at the academy as soon as he is cleared by his doctors and his physical therapists.
Apparently, Moondog Pongo is lost without McManus.
Moondog's out there in the woods somewhere, still looking for the moon. What are you talking about?
Where he goes? Well, where McManus goes, Pongo goes.
Either that or he buried his bone in the swamp and can't find it.
PetSmart and get yourself another one. Good grief. Is it that difficult?
Well, I mean, it's this big. I mean, it can't be hard to find, but you know.
They sell that big.
The swamps.
They sell them for the Great Danes and the St. Bernards.
So I'm gonna get away from.
Anyway, Harley and Paris won. That's it. Carnival lost again. Moving on. Brian Ely wrestled Jonathan Magnus. Controversy in that match. And it's from my eyes because after Ely hit a maneuver, referees count the fall. That arm, that hand slapped the mat 3 times, but he thought Magnus kicked out. It looked to me the kick out was late and Magnus got a big break. And then Magnus beat Ely.
Look, whatever's going on with Brian Ely right now in PWA or in his own mind or whatever he's got going on, I mean, he's going through a huge transformation.
Well, he's in a slump. That's what's going on.
He's come back from this heart attack. He's got back in there. He's tried to go and climb and climb and climb and climb. And it seems like there's that one giant foot that just keeps pushing him down one rung, down another rung, down another rung. So he's trying to go through each and every person that he gets stuck with from the PWA management inside of the ring, whether it's Jonathan Magnus, whether it was Zero Hype Guy Smith, or Jake Lander, or Bradley Stevens, or whoever it is. He's having a tough time getting over what in baseball they call a slump. And I know you talked to him recently, so I know he's talked a little bit about it. He's got to find what it is. He's got to be able to take that, push it aside, and take the first full step forward to take that next rung of that ladder. Or, unfortunately, Brian Ely's going to sit at the bottom of this ladder for quite some time with all the other superstars we've got in PWA.
Well, yeah, he's still in the top 10, but Bradley Stevens is in his rearview, direct rearview.
And you know them two battled back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a very physical altercation back in Beardstown back in last October.
And they had a physical, and they had a match here.
Yeah. I mean, it's physical. I mean, everything Brian Ely's got is there. There's just something literally standing in his way where he can't get around it, and I'm not really sure what it is.
Some of it's
I mean, did he tell you in his
some
interview
of
what it
it
was?
is flat out cheating from whether it's his opponent cheating or people who shouldn't be in the match cheating.
Maybe he needs to get himself a person at his side to pay attention to that type of stuff.
Like a manager? You want somebody barking orders at the ring?
No, I don't think he needs a manager. I just think he needs a little bit of backup behind him once in a while and get past this little slump to stop this cheating that keeps going on. You keep claiming it happens to him.
Yeah. All right. From there, Brent Dunn once again crushed the Mahal Bishop. Bishop, he doesn't learn. It's like, how many times has he lost to Brent Dunn?
How can you learn when you're just in a mirror the whole time?
It's like several in a row, Bishop has lost. Even Sage Ramsey lost to Brent Dunn. He's getting nowhere picking a fight with Brent Dunn. He needs to find some other person to feud with if he wants to recover his win-loss record, because he's continuing to bury himself as he's staring at that mirror.
Maybe he's trying to find something inside that mirror. It's probably his
Or
next.
maybe he broke his last one and he's got 7 years bad luck.
Or maybe it's his next trip to Milan that he keeps claiming he does.
Has he ever been to Milan? I don't believe it. I don't buy that nonsense. And with the main event, we get to the main event. Tag team partner of Micah Pope stepped up. He also is not in the top 10. Nelson Six faces off against Derek Moss.
And see, there's another thing. Why does Nelson Six get a chance at the champ? What has he done? He's a tag team wrestler. What has he done in PWA to get a chance?
Well, both of these men wrestled singles competition for quite some time. They still actively wrestle in singles competition. They don't always tag.
But they're not getting anywhere. So what gives them a chance to go to? They're in cahoots with President Archie, and that's how they got their damn title shot. Guaranteed.
Or maybe Derek Moss is quite generous, and he knows he can beat these guys. So he runs up his successful title defense record.
Yeah, what is he now? Like 19, 20 now?
mean, I gotta talk to
Excuse
somebody.
me, you nosy journalists. You guys
I
just
don't
think
like
you...
being called a journalist.
Well, that's what you are. You're a nosy broadcast journalist that doesn't know anything. So, to make this better, to make this show better and make sure the ratings of Turnbuckle TV doesn't go down the drain like it is,
this you?
I have brought my own personal broadcast journalist, my protege, my intern. I welcome you, Robert, the Analyst, Leech.
What the hell?
That's right. And get this crap out of my way. I don't care.
Hey, that's merchandise I just put together.
I don't
$10.
I don't care.
Who the hell are you?
I am the commentator, sits ringside at every PWA event
Then why are you sitting on our show?
because President Archie knows what's best and I know what's best for this show.
No, that is not what it is. It's what it is President Archie's a coward.
Oh, you think so?
A coward to not to sit right next to us. That's what the problem of it is.
He's
not
coward?
man enough to stand here and stick next to Crimefighter and I have to put somebody else in it.
That's
You're a
why-
patsy.
That's why back at the Grand Wrestling Spectacle number 6 in May, he was able to get in that ring, help Jake Wander secure the victory over Brian Ely. That's how much of a man.
Hell, you said it.
Incrimination! You just incriminated the president!
He helped Jake Lander beat Brian
That's
Ely.
right.
Well, at least you're honest about
Check
it.
his pockets, see how much money's been paid off for today. This is ridiculous.
You know, I had thought you weren't as big of a political hack as your uncle, but apparently you just made me question that line of thinking.
Oh, leave my family out of this. I'm what's best for this show and you know it.
So not only do I have to deal with President Archie's reign over PWA, I now have to deal with his so-called footstep.
Protege.
You're the bubble gum on the bottom of his shoe, is what you are.
No.
And you want to call yourself a broadcast journalist.
I am a broadcast journalist.
You just
And
said you're
the
a
best
commentator.
I do the best commentary of all
No, I
time
do the best
in PWA.
commentary.
Oh,
I do a weekly show
I
every
didn't
week.
even know you did commentary. I don't watch your show on that.
Well, that's your dumb fault.
Go ahead and get in. Go ahead and get into something. I'm sending an email to PWA, and I'm going to make sure that I CC President Archie in it as well.
Now, what in the heck do you have written down here? Sitting over here talking about, oh, Archie sucks. Is this really even?
That's not what it says.
Is that
That's
even
the show
accurate?
notes. That's a show note, so I know
Show
what the heck
notes.
we're supposed to cover
Okay.
for tonight.
You can't read.
Brief talk about Auburn Picnic. All right, the Auburn Picnic, September 3rd in Auburn for the Auburn Picnics. The end. All right, let's move on.
Wait, that's not the end. You
That's
don't know how to
PWA's
you know how to
making their
promote
debut.
a show.
Yeah.
That's not how you promote a show. Talking condescending
Oh, sorry,
language
let me
to the
promote this
audience.
show. Let me promote this show here. September 3rd, the
Am I
Auburn
really gonna
Picnic
deal with this?
at 2:30 p.m. And do you know what? Jake Wander's going to be victorious once again. So you better watch out. All right, now go ahead, continue.
Auburn Picnic, 2 p.m. start. It's an outdoor show. Yes. You know what? Let's get this show on the road. There. Now we're going full speed, full throttle. Whether or not you're dragging us
Yeah.
down and you're the anchor just dragging behind our little truck.
Point of it is the analyst over here doesn't even know what he's talking about. PWA is going to make their return to Auburn for the third time in the same year, this time for the Auburn Labor Day picnic on September 3rd, right over here at the Auburn Park. There's going to be all kinds of food, games for kids, everything else, and then the best and most dominant wrestling company in Central Illinois and Pinfall Wrestling Association makes its debut for the Labor Day picnic.
Yeah.
That's how you
It
do
was
reporting.
going into the ground until President Archie made himself the president of PWA.
See, there it is again. He's just giving away things. How do you get that one, analyst?
How did I get that one? You got to speak a little clearer. I can't exactly understand you. What are you chewing on? What?
Your condescending language really is irritating me to no end. You have no passion.
Analyst.
You have no enthusiasm. You're just dystopic.
Kind of like Archie.
I analyze everything.
You're just bitter, crabby. It's like a typical millennial.
Can we hurry this up? I got some business matters to take care of.
Well, then you can take off. We didn't need you
What,
here
you gotta
anyway.
go park Archie's car and buy him dinner and stuff, or what?
No, I have an important meeting about the future of PWA.
The future of PWA. The future of PWA is not involving you on this show.
What did you have a seat on the board of directors or something?
Yes, I do.
Since when?
Since President Archie appointed
I'll have
me.
one thing to say about that.
I had my
What's
source on
next
the board
on
of
your show
directors
now?
and he's not going to be too thrilled to hear about that either. He wasn't informed.
Return of land fear, okay.
September 17th.
September 17th.
No, let me
No,
handle
let me
this.
handle this. Vindication, 7 o'clock. Return of former WCW Tag Team Champion and what happened. Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby. It's not that hard.
You're pissing me off. I mean, I'm not ready to go into Spencer Powers rage mode.
Well, don't do that, 'cause we don't have a bunch of chairs to use, okay? We've got the 3 we're sitting in, I don't need one damaged.
I don't break my stuff.
September 17th, PWA makes their grand return to the historic and the grandeur and the legendary prestige of Lanphier High School when PWA brings to you Vindication. Not only do we have a special guest in the form and the returning beautiful Bobby Eaton, PWA is also going to be accepting canned food drive to help out the families here in Springfield, Illinois during the holiday season. If you
That's
bring
your
in
fault.
if you bring in
My fault, I can't
10,
take a-
I'm trying to explain
fault,
to the fans here so they understand how to get into the show.
Yeah, and I got Crimefighter here
If-
telling me that it's my fault that the people who can't afford food are lazy enough to not get a job.
I believe that came from you. If you bring 10 non-perishable food items to September 17th show, you will get 1 adult ticket for $5 at the door. We would like to be able to do this through September, October, and November when PWA will present a total bundle of food pounds to the Illinois Community Food Bank right here in Central Illinois, Springfield.
It's like obvious to me that you're serving an internship over the summer with your radical left-wing hack uncle.
No.
Wait a minute.
I don't
Let's
even know
not
what
get a
he
whole
does.
bunch of politics going on here now. Come on, seriously. We're here to
I
talk.
got it.
We can
With
tone
President
him out
Archie
if you need to.
showing me the backstage politics of Pinfall Wrestling Association. Because President Archie knows what's best for this company.
Backstage
President Archie.
politics? You want to talk backstage politics at PWA? Do you even know the backside of your own underpants? Are you even old enough to even be on this show? Is there an age requirement to be on this show?
Do you even have a driver's license?
Are you even supposed to be in PWA?
Can you drive
I'm
a
not supposed
car?
to be in PWA. Clearly, I do commentary at every show. Yes, I'm supposed to be in PWA.
President Archie, I stand right here and I issue to you right now, I challenge you to show up at the next Turnbuckle TV. Sit here at the table with Billy Alexander and the mad conservative crime fighter and explain to us and the fans of PWA exactly what it is that you are doing. Because I tell you, sir, from my heart right here inside this company, that you are a cancer that is growing from the dark depths and is not going to be taken very lightly inside of PWA.
Do you not know how President Archie is? Busy, President Archie.
Apparently not too busy because he brought you here for some reason.
He had to leave right after he introduced me because he has an important...
You should have went with him. Aren't you a chauffeur?
Apparently you need a ride because you're not old enough to drive yet.
He had an important meeting on the future of PWA. Speaking of the future of PWA, President Archie sent me an email saying, well, talking about the future of PWA, meaning Jake Landon, his protege inside of the ring. He says, watch out because Jake Lander's coming. He's going to be the biggest star of PWA, and the next time he meets Brian Ely inside the very ring that he met him in at Grand Wrestling Spectacle 6 and defeated him in, he will drive Brian Ely and his career down so far into the mat that he won't even be remembered come 2017.
Really?
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 Really.
I don't think so. Last but not least, September the 24th, Pinfall Wrestling Association returns to Beardstown, Illinois for the Fall Festival.
And Beardstown Beatdown.
Yep. And
The last 2 years have been crazy as heck down there. The first year we went down there, for that, we had a Falls Count Anywhere match that ended on a hood of a car. The second year we had a battle royal to name the #1 contender to Zero Height Guy Smith that year. And I remember distinctly hearing your voice like, well, I didn't see that coming at all.
Sebastian Crowley. Yeah, what happened to him? After he had that match with Guy Smith, he's not been seen or heard from since.
I don't know. Maybe you should go and try to call him. Go get an interview with him.
Fluke of the year that a semi once in a blue mooner gets a heavyweight title shot.
The reason Sebastian Crowley hasn't been seen since is because he can't wrestle worth a crap.
All right.
The funny thing about it is Sebastian Crowley had a better chance at ever winning the title than this kid ever has a chance of changing the color of his underwear every week.
Going a little bit further, October the 1st, we make our debut in Athens, Illinois.
That's right, my hometown.
Good, why don't you get in the car and go back?
No.
Don't you got some fire hydrants?
I'm enjoying this.
You're
Being
enjoying
a part of this. You see, correcting you two idiots on every sentence.
Correcting us two idiots. You know what? Hey, Crimey, can I use your chair for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
You see this? See this right here?
I do see that.
I don't care what President Archie says or does, but this right here
Yeah.
isn't going to be covered with a rear end next time. It's going to be wrapped around your forehead. That's exactly how that works.
Yeah, because you can't.
You don't come on Turnbuckle TV and put down the two hosts that make this show.
I just did.
No. It's your one and only mistake, Mr. Robert Leech.
The one and only. What mistake? Never made a mistake.
The second
His
mistake.
was President
All you do is
Archie
leech off
letting
others.
you two host this show.
All you do is leech off of others. All right.
Off of us.
Yes,
Now, make it all my
exactly.
last name, huh?
Exactly.
Hey, let me ask you this. You have anything intelligible to say to the crowd?
Yeah, President Archie is great for PWA. He will ensure that the future of PWA will go up and not down.
And let me guess, that's a Jake Lander, right?
No, I'm talking about the whole company in general.
So far, I haven't seen anything.
The superstars of PWA.
You know, it seems to me that self-appointed President Archie has got his own little so-called carnival going on here.
You're telling me.
The Analyst,
What do I look
Robert
like?
Leech,
Do I look like
Jake
someone
Lander,
who's
some little
80s or
midget kid that looks like an Oompa Loompa for crying out loud.
There's only
he is
one
the future
We've
of
got President Archie running the whole thing. He's got his little minion behind him himself, and Mickey Ushman running around out there.
Gavin Alexander, who used to wrestle for BWA, is laughing up a storm right now at you calling Jake Lander Oompa Loompa.
Well, look at him. He's so darn small. You can see him over there. They're getting ready to do some training and working out and everything else. He's only 4'2".
You're lucky enough to come over here and beat the crap out of you.
He's taller than this thing.
You know what?
He's taller
You
than
two, take it outside. I'm going to close this thing out.
Take it outside.
Yes, both of you.
Take it outside.
Off.
No, I'm fine.
Out.
In fact, I'll close it out for you.
No,
all
you
for
shut
watching.
up. You're
Thank
done.
you to
You're done. You're
Shavers,
done.
Tire and Towing. Thank you to Spiral House Tattoos.
Nobody's
We'll
hearing
see you
you
next time on Turnbuckle TV.
Good riddance. Close this thing for real. This is the magazine of the Crimefighter. He is Billy Alexander. We're the hosts of Turnbuckle TV, not this idiot that just decided to walk in on his own volition.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, we got hijacked
I'm right here.
by our president. I did get a message from my inside source at board of directors. I mean, they're as frustrated as they can be, but they decided that there's bigger problems to worry about at the moment, so they tabled discussion about the President Archie.
Figures.
We'll see how long that goes, because my inside source is not going to follow this up for too much longer. All right. We're going to close it out. We're going to show you who our sponsors are. Until next next time, I am the Max Certified Crimefighter. He is Billy Alexander. We hope to see you at either Auburn, Springfield, or Beardstown during the months of September, or maybe you want to get in that car and travel to all three places next month. It'll be a fun time, as it always is. It is for us. Have a good night, everybody.